Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Presidency governors back Bamidele Ndume and Umahi. President's policies excite Bank of America. NBS reports food prices airfare rose sharply in May. Tinubu's witnesses begin oral testimony at tribunal. Zulum buys 80 luxury buses to ease transport costs. INEC set to file charges against Adamawa Rec. IG Egbetokun deploys 35 police commissioners. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Yes, I'm starting here. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum released 80 vehicles to ease high cost of transportation for farmers. He says because of the withdrawal of fuel subsidy, of course, as we all know, that it has caused a rise in transportation costs. But he also said, and he acknowledges that even though that's like the short-term impact of the fuel subsidy removal, this will be better for us in the long run. But in the meantime, to help his farmers get to the farm and come back, he's gotten 80 vehicles. He broke it down, 50 luxury buses and also about 30 pickup vans. So the farmers will be taken to their farms and back for free. I think it's just an amazing initiative that he's done, especially for me. I feel like where it's most needed. These are farmers. They need to get back and forth. It will really help them. There's a picture of all the buses. They look like all those American school buses. Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
So President Tinubu met with Bank of Industry yesterday, where he told them that he believes that Nigeria is on the right track so far, but we need all the help we can get. According to him, having a good platform and believing in innovation will help in undertaking reforms and tackling the issues. He said that we have to partner with Bank of Industry and other willing financial institutions to help the country. He said they can help us by partnering to ensure Nigerian gas competes favorably in the global market as a viable source of alternative revenue. He also said that and then the president of the International Bank of Industry, Mr. Bernard Mensah, said that expressed excitement about the initial steps taken by the president and said that he's taking Nigeria back to its rightful place in the global stage, and that the bank is willing to assist not just only financially, but also in ideas sharing and helping to understand and think through all the various marketing strategies. So we'll see how that goes. Any other story in Nation? Go ahead.
So I got one, something around an art-based loan. I think it's on page 6 or so. Okay. So I love it because we have to see how much we can help entrepreneurs. And that's what they're doing somewhere in Abuja. I can see Daria Ataladi. They're trying to see that artists get access to funds, because I know that art is one talent that most parents run away from. They say those artists are broke. Who's going to buy your portrait? I mean, why do you want to waste all your time? So if we're able to, as a system, provide finance for these guys, they might be able to have the platform to put themselves out there, and then we respect that particular discipline, because I feel we're not doing enough in Nigeria. We ignore it too much.
Right. So the acting inspector general of police, yes, in the nation, Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun. That's what I'm actually... Egbetokun, calling his full name. And he has deployed 35 new commissioner of police. The names are listed. I don't need to go through that, but I think that everybody should get an update on which commissioner of police is serving your state.
This is in Lagos?
No.
Did you check Lagos?
No, Lagos here. Lagos is right here. So the CP for Lagos is Karim Musa to Interpol Annex Lagos. There are many CPs that will be in Lagos. Okay, so then there is the Port Authority, Police Western Lagos. So there are different. Look, Lagos isn't just one.
So you divided into zones.
Yes. So fraud unit Lagos, there's a CP handling fraud unit Lagos. There is explosive ordnance unit also. So there are many sub-units in Lagos, but we have 35 of them, and they've been mandated to prioritize the safety and well-being of the citizens they are serving. They are meant to ensure adherence to the principles of fairness and professionalism and respect for human rights. He also he said, because really what the CP is doing is providing leadership. So he said they should provide exemplary leadership and foster harmonious relationship within other security agencies.
I always remember him as a roaring lion.
Yes.
I don't remember
The Punch. Principal officers, APC protests selection. National Assembly members back Akpabio and Abbas. Customs sees 3 billion naira smuggled rice, arrest 344 smugglers. Slain UI done, buried amid tears, cleric condemns killers. Result falsification, jam sanctions, more candidates, ends Mesoma's probe. Investors suffer 671 billion naira one-day loss as equities tumble. Beavers, APC kicks as opposition fault INEC 98% success claim. And Tribunal, Tinubu tenders Chicago varsity admission letter and others. Okay.
Okay, so we'll talk about JAM. I think JAM is giving like a concluding report on what they've done so far. So the registrar, JAM, Professor Oloyede, has said that the board has concluded its investigation on the case of a student in Anambra State. As we all know, she's been in the news a lot recently, Mesoma Ejikeme. We know what she was accused of fraudulently inflating her scores for her 2023 UTME examination. JAM is saying that, well, given their investigation, that first of all, they want to assure parents, right, and assure everyone that the JAM system is foolproof. Nothing can, it cannot be compromised. And so what the scammers have done, they said there's a whole industry. So they would use, like, they can come up with JAM results or things that look like JAM results without compromising JAM platform itself. Okay. And so that recently, in 2021, they had updated their system. That JAM had updated their system. So what happened with Mesoma, according to JAM, is that the scammers were unaware of the update. And so when they printed out that form, it showed what they used in 2021, previous years. So he says that if you can look at her form, and for those who got it directly from the JAM platform, you see that there's a difference. And it looks like what they used to use, but not what they used recently. And he said that she had conversations via phone with JAM. If she's willing to bring her phone for investigation, we would see that, that there's something. So they're accusing her of falsifying her results and also accusing some parents for being part of it. And they said that they are certain she falsified her result because there's some pertinent and quite personal details that cannot be gotten from anyone else except if she was involved or someone around her, an adult, was involved. So that's their case. We'll see what the young lady does. In
the customs stories. So the Nigerian Customs Service seized about over 3 billion naira worth of smuggled rice between May 2022 and May 2023, according to this report released by the PRO Chief Superintendent of Customs, Abdullahi Maiwada. He said that over 200,000 bags of rice were seized within that period. He also gave more data saying that the total of 1,745 seizures were made by the service during this 13-month period, and that the import duty on these seizures were 1.7 billion naira, while the duty paid value was 4.74 billion naira. We're just giving data at an event which was obtained as a PR was obtained recently yesterday. Also, he also said that the highest value of seizures was over 420 million naira recorded in February alone and was comprised of 172 seizures. So just to give us an update on what customs services are doing, and that indeed they are ensuring. I mean, we've also recalled, they said that they're going to be releasing more personnel. They don't have enough personnel in customs, but they are going to be having more very soon because they're currently in training and they'll be coming in the next few months. We also have facilities are coming to, to also buffer up the efforts of the customs. So this was just like a report given to journalists to know the updates on Nigerian Customs Service.
So Beavers, of course, we know that there's still a tribunal ongoing concerning the elections that took place. APC is faulting the fact that opposition parties are kicking against what INEC said. So INEC has said that the 2023 general election was successful based on the 98% Beavers deployment rate. So what Beavers was meant to do was to ensure only those who are registered with the card could vote by providing a bimodal voter accreditation system. And they said that that system worked to the degree of 98%. Of course, the opposition parties have said that they don't agree with that statement. They said that they feel like that the record is showing 98%, and as compared to 2019, when the Beavers was recording a 29% success rate. So there was a major improvement, and INEC is saying there are still some issues. There are things they can do better. There's room for improvement. They're looking at the evidence of infraction during the election, including prosecution of offenders, and they will look at all the activity, all the actors involved, and they would ensure that they would confirm with the police to conclude the election and prosecute those involved. They also mentioned, remember the story of the resident electoral officer in Adamawa State? They said they submitted the case already concerning his own, and a total of 215 case files of election offenders have been submitted. APC is just saying that don't disagree without facts based on what INEC has informed us of.
Okay, Daily Sun, APC balls over choice of Senate, House of Reps, principal officers. Igbo hold talks with Delta governor, promise continuous investment in state. 2023 election, INEC admits facing challenges. NDLEA UK crime agency signed pact to fight drug cartels. Alleged jam fake result. I stand by my daughter, says Ms. Soma's father. Despite challenges, we are on path of success, says Tinubu. Kano anti-graft agency arrests Ganduje's works. Commissioner over alleged $1 billion fraud. And pro-Buhari corrupt political appointees. Archbishop urges president. Okay, which story are we starting in? Daily Sun. So Ndigbo Cultural Forum that live in Delta State, they said they will continue to invest in the state. They said that the governor was assuring them that investments are safe, and the state capital, because of the peace that pervades the city, assuring that they would do more to support the government with massive investment across the state. The chairman of the forum, Mr. Chinedu Obodo, led the team to the governor, and they received them well and thanked the Igbo for their support and assured that peaceful investment climate in the state will continue and be sustained. He urged them to consider investing further by taking advantage of the peaceful environment across the states. He's happy to receive them because they actually supported him for his campaign and helped him to become governor. He said, I told Deltans that I want to be governor for all, not just Deltans, but all who live in the state, because where you live is where you develop, and give them the assurance. Okay.
So the NDLEA has signed a pact. They actually renewed the pact. It's something that we had before, but now they've renewed the MOU. The MOU is between the Nigerian National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, which is the Nigerian counterpart, and the National Crime Agency of the United Kingdom. And this renewed commitment is to take the battle to drug cartel as part of the effort to stamp out the serious organized crime in Nigeria and the UK. The General Buba Marwa, who is the head of the NDLEA, has said that he's happy about the renewal of the MOU, and he feels that no matter the hiding place, with the high intelligence driven operation tentacles that they'll be getting based on this partnership, they'll be able to get these people out. He looks forward to the effectiveness of this, and it's with great optimism. Those were his words. We've seen how effective NDLEA has been so far, so I'm really honestly looking forward to being able to get more of the big men, the big people behind the scene, the heads of the cartel, and it covers the barons, the main guys that are the ones that are moving these drugs around. And I'm sure with more intelligence we'll get those ones, but so far they've been successful in getting the...
Even barons as well, those ones.
Any story, son? Go ahead.
Yes, please. Okay, so I have a story on page 14. Maybe because I work with children. This story caught my attention. So it says how 6 teenagers freed Suleja inmates with school fees and pocket money. So at the beginning, we noticed a number of children in prisons, children, young adults who couldn't pay. Now, what is intriguing there is some of them got into prison because of the 5,000 they couldn't pay, because of the 20,000, you know, so small, but they're there. So these guys went on a visit to that prison and saw a number of young people, saw young adults who looked innocent. The story says those people looked innocent. So they decided to talk to their parents, set up some kind of committee, and came up with money to get these guys out of prison. I like the fact that it was recorded here. So we do not assume that all the changes we want as a nation is in the hand of the government. We need to lead the change that we want. So I know these guys would never want to get into that prison with everything they've seen. Yeah. It serves as a compass into the future.
Fantastic. Sorry, I just want to understand. They were locked up for missing school fees?
Somebody took wrapper, somebody stole Bonvita, as little as 5'10". Somebody even offended a wealthy man. Maybe slapped the wealthy man's daughter.
Then he's been
They
locked
threw
up,
them.
so-
They threw them there.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But the story talks about the fact that these guys didn't have family members to help them. So for 5,000, 20,000, nobody to help you.
To get the bill out.
To get the bill
So
out.
sad.
Yeah.
Vanguard. APC disowns principal officers named by Akpabio and Abbas. Obey sit at home. Face closure. Enugu government tells traders and businesses. 2023 polls. INEC engages 427 lawyers to prosecute 215 electoral offenders. Afenifere moves to reconcile Adebanjo Fashion underway since Governor Makinde. Alleged $1 billion fraud. Court remands ex-governor Gunduje's commissioner. UTME controversy. We're probing Mesama's result. INEC calls one witness, closes defense in Obi's case against Tinubu's election. Presidential Tribunal. Tinubu tenders 17 exhibits to defend his election victory. Okay, which story are we starting with in Nation?
Leaders close shop as gunmen shoot into the air to enforce it-at-home order in Ebonyi. Just hoping that's not mixing it up. So there was pandemonium in Isheke and Ukwachi, suburbs of Abakaliki, this in Ebonyi State. They said that gunmen reportedly shot into the air to disperse traders in the market area. They said this gunmen came in an open-roof vehicle and 2 motorcycles, and they had different high-caliber guns, and they were shooting in the air. And then they were also warning people, and they said to them to go back, close shop, and go back, home, so that they could observe the 7-day sit at home. According to the report, the police came in just after they had, that this government had gone around shooting, that they came in and they tried to secure the place. And also that as of right now, when you go to these areas in Abakaliki, you will see the military and police, all on patrol, trying to protect citizens, indigents or residents of these communities. The government says it's doing that. The local government is doing all that they can, security-wise, to make sure that the people are protected and can go about their business. But this is what they're facing. We have this government in broad daylight shooting in the air and sending people back home.
So, talking about Ganduje and his former commissioner, Idris Wada, a chief magistrate's court sitting in Kano yesterday has remanded him for 12 days, even though he had been the ex parte application was to get him remanded for 14 days to enable proper investigation. The controversy is around 1 billion naira. This commissioner allegedly had awarded a contract for 1 billion naira, and the entire sum was taken out under bogus company name, different bogus companies, within a month of leaving the administration. They said the money was removed a month before handover. It was removed under the pretext that it will be used for construction and rehabilitation of about 30 roads across Kano, and that they have made some arrests. They've also arrested they also detained the permanent secretary and directors. This is being handled by the police, the Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, PCACC, and it is. We're looking forward to seeing the proper investigation of how this happens, but the allegations are strong. 1 billion naira meant for road, taken a month before handover and being shared across different companies, and we're waiting to see what's happening. There's a lot of smoke.
We know now.
Let's see where the
we
fire
know how
is.
these things go. All right, so some leaders of the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural Organization, Afenifere, said yesterday that there are moves to reconcile the national leader, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, and his predecessor, Pa Ruben Fashoranti. According to the report, Governor Seyi Makinde in Oyo State attended the meeting told journalists after the closed-door meeting, saying that they must both sheath their swords, that it's time for the Yoruba race to come together and be united. Says that both Afenifere leaders supported different candidates during the 2023 elections, but the elections are now behind us and politics is over. We now need to focus on reconciliation. However, Pa Adebanjo said he dismissed the meeting, adding that he has no score to settle with Pa Fashoranti and that Governor Makinde should not enter the matter that doesn't concern him. Should not interfere in the matter that doesn't concern him. Okay. I think we're almost done here. That's all we can take. I don't think we have any more time. Let me just see the headlines in the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu tenders educational records from Chicago State University and U.S. visa. UTME score controversy. Robbers storm Mina Palace, shoot 2 guards. Sit-at-home gunmen burn Palace van and disperse traders. APC disowns Bamidele, Umahi, Ndume, others as Senate reps, principal officers emerge in 10th and National Assembly. And Makinde present as Afenifere leaders meet to unite Adebanjo and Fashion. That is all we can take on today's front page review. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.